Good morning, Fighters. It's Tuesday, January 29th, and I'm shopping for my food items right now. Hey guys, before we go there, I want to talk a little bit about what my thought process on why I picked what I picked and everything. And also, I want to show you my new bling. Check it out. It's a very nerd fighter-y bling. Check out the Ice Sun. See what it's made out of? Recyclable free bling. Like what? So last week when Marta gave us this week's theme about food, and it's like more about where we come from and or maybe our favorite food, I had to think a little bit about my food because here in America, like the cultural melting pot society that we are, I am also a melting pot. I have a lot of stuff in me. I have a little bit of Native American, I have some German, some Irish, some Spanish, and some Mexican. And so I had to think a lot about what I wanted to do. And so in light of the big game coming up here in America, the Super Bowl, I figured I'd do something that was good to my culture and good for the big game. And that's chips and salsa. Homemade chips and salsa, Mexican style, because I'm proud of my culture and I want to show you guys one of my favorite recipes. By the way, props to my friend Don. He graduated from culinary school and showed me the ins and outs of cooking and what a joy great cooking can be. So without further ado, here is my recipe for homemade tortilla chips and fire roasted salsa. Enjoy. You start this recipe like every good recipe, washing everything off, especially your hands. You then cut off the ends of the onions and peel off the excess, and then cut it in half ringwise. Then you take a pan and cover it with foil, and then place your onion, jalapenos, and tomatoes on it. You then take that tray and you put it in the broiler to get it nice and roasted and toasty. This is what gives the salsa a nice smoky flavor to it. Once everything's nice and charred, set it aside to cool down for a little while. Well, that's cool, and you can start to work on your tortilla chips. You cut up your tortillas, cut them to whatever size you want. Before frying them, be sure to have a bowl set aside with a paper towel at the bottom of it. And then fry those babies up. Watch them go. Fry them until they're nice and crispy and golden. Once they're done, transfer them to the bowl. Put in a little salt, a little squeeze of lime. Be sure to put the lime in before they cool down because that will keep the lime flavor in. Then try them, check it out, see how you think about it. Now that you give them ample time to cool, the dead burnt skin should come right off those vegetables. You can also just scrape the charcoal right off the onion. Okay, so now you take the seeds out of the tomatoes, you put those in. The jalapeno, you could choose to use the seeds if you want. It makes it spicier. I like it spicy, so I put them in. Cut up those onions, put them in. And then also give it a squeeze of about 2 limes. Cut up some green onions, put those in there too. A little bit of cilantro, you don't want to overpower it, but put some cilantro in there. And the final touch being the chipotle peppers. You don't have to, but I really like it spicy, and there you go. You then blend it up and you get a nice red roasted salsa. Nice and fresh. And there you have it, homemade tortilla chips and fire roasted salsa. Nice. Oh, excuse me. I was listening to this awesome podcast. Check it out. It's on the Ning Network. Done by this guy named Jamie. He's awesome. And Nerdfighters, that's it for this week. Here's to making this week more awesome than the last. Hoo-ah!